10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew a live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Your JLP friends them build high rise, road still full of wood. House pocket to a fill, while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Wholeness, time to go, time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know you're us. We are not on the door. Wholeness, time to go, time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done really show. Wholeness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant, food price reach the sky. You're bringing the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan, but 10 years 10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew a live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Your JLP friends them build high rise, road still full of wood. House pocket to a fill, while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Wholeness, time to go, time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know you're us. We are not on the door. Wholeness, time to go, time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done really show. Wholeness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant, food price reach the sky. You're bringing the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan, but 10 years later we still can't understand. Corruption report London, nobody charge. The people pocket small, but the scandal them large. Roads crack up parish council, bro. Country suffocate, done and it just smoke. And when we raise we voice so call we political, but the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical.
Wholeness, time to go,
Time to go. The people,
them say no.
we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door.
Wholeness, time to go,
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness, our time to go. We know our no hype, we know our no speech. We want action, no, not the lies you preach. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people COVID empty. How you live so large when we live in so scanty? Not with fists, not with fire, but with voice them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate, Jamaica speaking and I know too late.
wholeness, time
is for every Jamaican who can't afford feet, we are sleep on cardboard, we are drive on broken road. The people don't forget, the people don't forgive. Enough is enough, Jamaican.
Jamaica. This is another Crazy J.
Hey Andrew, a full time for you go now. Jamaica people them not like you. Worst thing them can't trust you. Look how you sell out the Cuban and accept American. How you know say them no like we. And from morning them a fight we. Andrew, look what you do now. I worship you make come dark. How you know we can't fight. Andrew, you sell we out. Andrew go fix up the road them. The hospital them need doctor. The whole of Jamaica fracture. From we get the Melissa.
Jamaica. This is another Crazy J.
Hey Andrew, a full time for you go now. Jamaica people them not like you. Worst thing them can't trust you. Look how you sell out the Cuban and accept American. And you know say them no like we. And from morning them a fight we. Andrew, look what you do now. I worship you make come dark. And you know we can't fight. Andrew, you sell we out. Andrew go fix up the road them. The hospital them need doctor. The whole of Jamaica fracture. From we get the Melissa. People asleep on that day.
Jamaica. This is another Crazy J.
Hey Andrew, a full time for you go now. Jamaica people them not like you. Worst thing them can't trust you. Look how you sell out the Cuban and accept American. And you know say them no like we. And from morning them a fight we. Andrew, look what you do now. I worship you make come dark. And you know we can't fight. Andrew, you sell we out. Andrew go fix up the road them. The hospital them need doctor. The whole of Jamaica fracture. From we get the Melissa. People asleep on that day. Some asleep on floor. Andrew, You come from Jamaica, and you don't like the people. You make the country a suffer now. Andrew, you don't remember when they say a Spanish town you from. They say you're born and grow. Why you sell we out? Sure know that. For fear.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew a live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Your JLP friends them build high rise, road still full of wood. House pocket to a fill, while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Wholeness, time to go. Time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door. Wholeness, time to go. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant, food price reach the sky. You're bringing the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan, but 10 years later we still can't understand. Corruption report London, nobody charge. The people pocket small, but the scandal them large. Who's crack up parish council, bro? Country suffocate, done and it just smoke. And when we raise revise so call we political, but the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical.
Police, time to go.
Time to go. The people,
Them say no.
we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door.
Police, time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. All less our time to go. We know want no hype, we know want no speech. We want action, no, not the lies you preach. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people cupboard empty. How you live so large when we live in so scanty? Not with fists, not with fire, but with voice. Them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate, Jamaica speaking, and I know too late.
Police, time to go.
Time to go. The people,
Them say no.
we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door.
Police, time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Oh yes, our time to go. This one is for every Jamaican who can't afford feet. We are sleep on cardboard. We are drive on broken road. The people don't forget. The people don't forgive. Enough is enough. Jamaicans will live. Years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay.
Grim finds at least 14 bodies. Within days of each other, Jamaicans have been confronted with a series of grim discoveries: decomposed bodies in rivers, bushes, and remote communities, skeletal remains hidden in vegetation, and victims whose disappearances ended in tragedy. The incidents, recorded across several parishes during June, unfolded even as the island continued to record relatively low weekly murder figures, highlighting a lesser-known aspect of policing in which cases are initially classified as decomposed body found, skeletal remains found, body found, or death investigation, while investigators determine identity, cause of death, and whether a criminal offense has been committed. A review by the Gleaner of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, weekly reports covering much of June, together with official reports and independently verified news reports, identified at least 14 body discoveries and death investigations across the island. The review is not presented as a complete record of every body recovered during the month, but illustrates the geographic spread and frequency of the cases documented during the period. Among the most disturbing was the case of 12-year-old Crystal McLean, who was reported missing on June 12 before her body, in an advanced state of decomposition, was discovered in the Rio Grande at Grants Level in Portland on June 17. The discovery sent shockwaves through the parish and prompted renewed calls for justice. Portland mourns. A family mourns. A community mourns, Portland Eastern Member of Parliament Isaac Buchanan said, as he called for a thorough investigation into the child's death and urged anyone with information to assist investigators. Just days earlier, another missing persons case had ended in tragedy when the body of Khadijah MacLeod, who had been reported missing from Manchester, was found in the Peppers area of St. Elizabeth after a farmer heading to his property stumbled upon her partially decomposed remains. Police said she had last been seen with her boyfriend, 50-year-old Maurice Fennell, who later died by suicide in St. Anne. The June review also identified a succession of other body discoveries. On June 2nd, the decomposing body of a 60-year-old man was found inside his home in Four Paths, Clarendon. On June 6th, workers discovered the body of a man at the retirement landfill in St. James. On June 9th, the decomposing body of a 68-year-old man was found at his home in Golden Grove, Claremont, St. Anne. A day later, the police were called to Grays Hill Close in Mandeville, where 72-year-old Primrose Hall, who had been reported missing 3 days earlier, was found face down inside a barrel. On June 18th, investigators launched a probe after the torso of a male was found in vegetation along the Aberdeen/Quick Step Road in Saloa, St. Elizabeth. 3 days later, another fully decomposed male body was discovered in a remote area near the Santa Cruz police station in St. Elizabeth. The review also identified skeletal remains discovered in the Content District of Ascanish, Hanover, on June 25th. The police have not officially confirmed the identity of the remains, although speculation has linked the discovery to a man who disappeared several years ago. Investigators have not publicly established that connection. The incidents occurred in rivers, bushes, homes, gullies, remote communities, landfill sites, and heavily vegetated areas, with some of the discoveries made by farmers, residents, sanitation workers, and passers-by going about their daily routines. The cases also illustrate why official murder figures can change after they are first published. The police have previously explained that some deaths initially recorded as body found or death investigation are only reclassified as murders after forensic examinations and criminal investigations establish that a homicide occurred. Those cases are then added to the official murder statistics. That distinction was evident during one reporting period, June 14th to 20th, when Jamaica recorded 8 murders for the week, while several body discoveries remained under investigation and therefore were not reflected in the homicide tally. The discoveries have also renewed attention on Jamaica's unresolved missing persons cases, even though a portion are ultimately found. According to the JCF's Missing Persons website, dozens of people remain listed as missing. While the current status of every case could not be independently verified, The listings underscore the uncertainty faced by families searching for loved ones. Among the island's most high-profile cases is that of Manchester High School student Jaden Smith, who has now been missing for 9 months. On Saturday, relatives, friends, and supporters marched through the streets of Mandeville, renewing calls for anyone with information to come forward. Speaking to TVJ News, Jaden's mother, and Renee Pert, described the emotional toll of living without answers. "I just can't give up hope that my son will be found," she said. "Sleepless nights. I can't eat sometimes because in my mind he's still out there. I just believe he's out there. So anyone who has any information, please visit the nearest police station. I miss my son so much." Her plea captures the reality confronting many Jamaican families. For some, the search for a missing loved one ends with the discovery of human remains. For others, the search continues, sustained by hope that answers will one day come. "My sister went missing in West Rural St. Andrew before COVID, and we have never seen her since. We hear the stories, but nothing ever turned out to be true. Where we get a body and could have a burial," an anonymous person told The Gleaner, while trying not to rehash memories for other relatives, describing it as one of the hardest things. As investigators continue probing June's growing list of body discoveries, each case represents more than an entry in a police report. Behind every discovery is a life lost, a family seeking answers, and a community left grappling with another tragedy. Investigations into similar discoveries in the months before June are ongoing. Andre.Williams@gleanerjm.com. Popular News. April 2026. No qualifications, no problem at NSWMA. April 2026. Prison for developer. April
I am live on BOLO V. We told you to get them, get the kerchief, get the plaque, get the stuff. People laugh at me. You gave them the mandate to continue and to do what was necessary. So that's intentional. It don't look nice, sir. Amen. We're doing some work. God be my helper. I need money. Anybody have any money can give me a couple millions? Money, but when you're rich, and I'm rich in the asset, no matter what, you help me praying? That place is going to be beautiful, but we need it finished. But I'm taking my time because I don't have someone left. I'm sorry, you know, every time I say one thing, they were warned. They were warned. No, can you imagine? Amen? 3/4 of the country. But then now, I said, Lord, what is this? And the Lord says, it is intentional. It is intentional to take the license, because when you take the license, the people can't say they have ID and they have TRA. So if you take the license, amen, 3/4 of the country. But then now, I said, Lord, what is this? And the Lord says, it is intentional. It is intentional to take the license, because when you take the license, the people can't say they have ID and they have TRA. So if you take the license, when they're to get it back, they won't get license, they will get NITS. So they don't understand. You won't get back license. They'll tell you that's, oh, we're going to give you one thing. So that's intentional. It's intentional to make sure 3/4 of the country don't have nothing of the ID we have now. Watch. Remember I told you. The Lord told me, he said, don't hear me. I want to say now. Everything is now happening as I saw it, as was revealed. So I'm not surprised of nothing that is happening. I'm not surprised. I expected it. The oppression, the control, the system. You gave them the mandate to continue and to do what was necessary to bring Jamaica. And now you want me to pray. Now you want me to do what? After all they did to me and wanted to sink me, now it's happening. Can you imagine? This law, every financial, every person is being oppressed. Your money is being taken. Every corner. We've been snapped. You notice? The taxes, everything to make us what? Weaker and poorer. So eventually we cry out and they take control. And we have no help. You see this ball out? Write this. If Jamaicans don't see now the need to come together and cry out to God, because the man they put cannot be stopped by us anymore. We had the chance and didn't take it. Now only God. I've been telling you for weeks now, only God can do it. And if the people don't go on their knees and cry out before God, Jamaica will be done. Finished. See America now? They want a heavy piece of it. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I preach months ago that China and America will fight for Jamaica? Was I lying? Now they're sending a woman as the ambassador who says, China got too much of Jamaica and we want to take back the port. We want to take back the businesses to America. So this is going to be a war for our country by two foreign countries. Where does that leave the people? Caught in the middle. of the crossfire. Who's going to suffer? The people on the land. China has invested heavily. They're not going to just walk away. They have invested more than on the highways, the bridges, the this, the that. They have built, over the last 10 years, they've been building Jamaica, not for Jamaica, for themselves. The poor.
Are you guys hearing me now? Mic check. Yo, I was like, wait, what? No sound? What? Shout out to Sassy81, man. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I thought the microphone was working the whole time. I don't know what happened, but I fixed it. Sorry about that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Bishop, the Prophet Mark Stewart, has a message. Very important one. All right, BOLO 2026. This is going to be the final. And the reason why you should attend, you must attend, he'll explain. All right, let's get it.
I wonder one answer now. All who green. All right, I'm here. I want to say no. Everything is now happening as I saw it, as was revealed. So I'm not surprised of nothing that is happening. I'm not surprised. I expected it. The oppression, the control, the system. You gave them the mandate to continue and to do what was necessary to bring Jamaica. And now you want me to pray. Now you want me to do what? After all they did to me and wanted to sink me. Now it's happening. Can you imagine? This law. Every every person is being oppressed. Your money is being taken. Every corner. We've been snapped. You notice? The taxes, everything to make us what? Weaker and poorer. So eventually we cry out and they take control. And we have no help. You see this ball out? I hate this. If Jamaicans don't see now the need to come together and cry out to God, because the man they put cannot be stopped by us anymore. We had the chance and didn't take it. Now only God. I've been telling you for weeks.
So you guys understand now how important September 3rd was to stop certain things that was in motion from before September 3rd. You guys thought it was a regular election. Well, every time when the government put on more pressure upon us, I will say to you, election of consequences. This was the greatest election consequence. The very soul and fabric of this country is being torn apart, reshaped and reformed to facilitate the devils and the demons. Listen up.
Weeks now. Only God can do it. And if the people don't go on their knees and cry out before God, Jamaica will be done. Finished. See America now? They want a heavy piece of it. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I preach months ago that China and America will fight for Jamaica? Was I lying? Now they're sending a woman as the ambassador who says, China got too much of Jamaica and we want to take back the port. We want to take back the businesses to America. So this is going to be a war for our country by two foreign countries. Where does that leave the people? Caught in the middle of the crossfire. Who's going to suffer? The people on the land. China has invested heavily. They're not going to just walk away. They have invested more than on the highways, the bridges, the this, the that. They have over the last 10 years, they've been building Jamaica, not for Jamaica, for themselves. The ports they control. So you think America can just come and tell them leave and what? So we're trapped in a warfare that we as a citizen cannot fight. We don't have what it takes. Whoever wins, take us. We've been sold. We've been handed over. And now we sit here scrambling on the roadside all over, fighting one another with witchcraft to survive as Jamaicans. That's how we hear, killing one another and fight. That's what they want. Kill out one another, set us up against each other, to war and kill one another. Where is benefiting? Jamaicans are being put underground like never, ever in the last couple of years. The amount of people that have been buried in this country, from children up, every day. Church can't keep funeral. No good church service can't hold again. 3/4 of Christians, everybody gone to where? Funeral. Every day. There are more funeral service happening in Jamaica than church service right now, because funeral is happening every day. Many church keep one time. Sacrilege. And all the people that sit down and defend what is wrong because they're under a spell. Curse. We've been preaching this thing, talking to the nation. If I'm a prophet, they hate me. One woman looked at me the other day and said, we want back the Mark Stewart from Davidton. All of a sudden you get up a trouble with man. You know, like that's why we not come to your church. Again, you're not supported because you're talk against with man.
What can go so?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you what the pastor is talking about in terms of, you know, the whole situation with China and America. Let me show you exactly what he's talking about. This article supports exactly what he's saying. You understand? It's no joke, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very serious. So, let's get into the article. Here we go. U.S. company AECOM conducting security assessment, you know, ladies and gentlemen, at Jamaica ports. You remember when Carly Lake said it's a serious national security risk for the United States that China owns 49% of the harbor. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it got real. She hasn't even touched down in Jamaica yet, and she's creating waves. It ain't no joke. Let's listen to this.
eGleaner Classifieds mobile apps. Sign in, subscribe now. The Jamaican government has given approval for United States, U.S. company AECOM to conduct a comprehensive port security assessment at Jamaica's 3 principal commercial port facilities. An April 29th letter to Port Authority of Jamaica Chairman Professor Gordon Shirley has stated.
Jamaica, them said Jamaica government has given approval for the United States. Jamaica, they never had a choice. understand this. They never had a choice. But given approval, what? Tell them no. Tell them no. And see what go on. But given approval. Let's continue.
Stated. The letter from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade said the assessment was built on previous discussions and will evaluate security infrastructure across the facilities and identify opportunities for modernization, aligned with United States and international industry standards. The facilities to be assessed are identified as Kingston Wharves, Kingston Freeport Ltd., and Montego Bay. The U.S. Department of State, through the Embassy in Kingston and contracted implementer, ACOM, will lead the effort. A section of the letter read. It was not immediately clear what ACOM's core work is, but informed sources describe it as an American multinational infrastructure consulting firm headquartered in Dallas, Texas. According to the letter, the assessment will cover key areas, including physical security infrastructure, cargo and container systems, maritime operations, IT and communication networks, and workforce management. All recommendations will align with the International Ship and Port Facility Security (ISPS) code and recognized frameworks, with a focus on trusted vendor solutions that meet rigorous cyber supply chain security standards. The process is said to take 2 months, and by virtue of the contents of the letter, the process is already underway. Upon completion, according to the letter, the Port Authority of Jamaica, PJ, will receive comprehensive reports detailing current capabilities, gap analyses, and a phased implementation roadmap with actionable recommendations for security enhancements. It said ACOM was eager to work with the PAJ and was anxious to meet with staff to discuss assessment timelines, scope of work, and site visits, which will form part of the assessment. The letter did not state what the cost to the government would be, or whether there would be any cost at all, and the process through which the U.S. company was selected. Repeated attempts to reach Shirley were not successful last week. There was no response to telephone calls, nor to questions sent by WhatsApp. Erica.Virtue.
There will be no detail around that particular situation, ladies and gentlemen. Just understand, say. Right? It is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Alright? So when you hear the pastor talk, take sleep mark that Jamaica. It's serious. I don't know why this thing doing this now, man. Okay. So another story that I think is linked to all of this in terms of, the war between America and China here in Jamaica for the beautiful island, and who has the most influence. The Americans have made their position very clear, and of course, like the pastor said, they're not China is not just going to roll over. So it's going to be mighty interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Moving forward, store on the water, store some food, plant some pumpkin, and plant some melon. Alright? Yeah. Get ready. Physically and spiritually. Engineering experts warns more blackouts possible at JPS probe as JPS probes continue. Let's listen, Jamaica.
So there's no large or big lightning versus small lightning. Anything, lightning or otherwise. It could even be a person-induced fault. Any major disruption in an era like where this disruption occurred can result in an all-island blackout. Now, as I said, because we are a small grid, we have a few generating stations. What happened on that Friday evening can indeed happen again.
So my people, we are being warned by the JPS that, listen, our grid is vulnerable. This lightning that they're talking about, it can happen again. It doesn't matter small lightning, big lightning. It can happen again.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Listen, I don't even want to laugh, man. Let's go to the next audio. Lord have mercy.
The grid is fully protected from lightning. The better question, I believe, is that in what way did the protection system fail and in the manner it did?
Then, brother, you contradict yourself. And these are the things when I talk about with the people and we are journalists. Oh, you allow the man to say that. The man said it in a one sentence, the grid is fully protected by lightning. But the question we need to ask is, what area of weakness was there for the lightning when it caused the blackout? If it's fully protected, it's fully protected. There can't be any weaknesses. Whose man's is this? Whose man's is?
Hey, who man's is this? Oh, man's is this?
Them thing I may talk about to them, brother. No, listen to that again.
The grid is fully protected from lightning. The better question, I believe, is that in what way did the protection system fail and in the manner it did in the particular area concerned? Those answers will be made available, I'm sure.
Jamaica, what did they say caused the grid to fail? No lightning. The man said it's fully protected by lightning and then go on to say the rest of that. And nobody not stop him and say, but hold on, sir, wait a minute. That's a contradiction. What do you mean it's fully protected by lightning? According to reports, a lightning caused the whole blackout. This is wild, man. Oh my God.
By the JPS score. And once those answers are made available, then we can determine whether or not we have an issue with the system. But the system is fully protected. Right? There are significant protection systems, significant number of protection systems employed on the grid against lightning.
Brother, obviously it's not significant enough. We had an all-island blackout. And what we were told is that a lightning caused it. So all them attack appear nonsense. But we're going to move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. All right? Like, share, and subscribe. Don't keep it to yourself. Good? Good. All right. So let's get to the next situation. Let's get to the next situation, ladies and gentlemen. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What is this? Oh, yes. So, this article is kind of interesting, you know. Jamaica, JPDCO records deficit despite bumping government funding. So, JPDCO, Tourism Product Development Company Limited. You know, let me read the article first, yeah. Let me read the article.
The loss for the year ended March 31, 2024 narrowed sharply from the 56.7 million deficit recorded the previous year. But the TPDCO continued to spend more than it received, with operating expenses reaching a 2.9 billion against a total income of 2.89 billion. The agency's entire revenue of 2.79 billion came from a single source, a subvention from the Ministry of Finance, paid monthly through the Accountant General's Department. This is to cover recurring costs and staff compensation. That subvention rose from 2.31 billion in 2022 to 2023. Over the same period, the money TPDCO earns on its own, chiefly fees and income from tourist attractions, fell by 13%, deepening the agency's reliance on the public purse. Beautification projects remain the TPDCO's largest area of spending by far, accounting for 1.38 billion or almost half of all expenditure. That's up from 1.12 billion the year before. Salaries and wages totaled nearly $980 million. The deficit also eroded the company's financial position. Total equity fell by about 25%, from 87.4 million to 65.4 million, and the TPDCO slipped into a net current liabilities position, with the money it owed in the short term exceeding its assets. The accounts carry a clean, unqualified opinion from auditors C.R. Hilton and Company, who say the statements give a true and fair view of the company's finances. The figures were approved by TPDCO's board on December 17, 2025, more than a year and a half after the close of the financial year they cover. TPDCO, an agency of the Ministry of Tourism, is responsible for maintaining and enhancing Jamaica's tourism product, including the upkeep of resort areas, the licensing of tourism entities, industry training, and visitor safety. Shalois Michael for Nationwide News.
Well,
Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now, stop playing. Support, support, support. The like button is free, heard? So, ladies and gentlemen, you see on your screen, TBDCO stands for Tourism Product Development Company, a Jamaica government agency mandated to maintain, enhance, and develop the country's tourism product. Its core function is to ensure destination integrity, improve visitor experiences, and support local tourism businesses. Licensing and compliance, it processes the facilities Jamaica Tourist Board JTB license application for attractions, tour enterprise, and other tourism entities to ensure they meet regulatory standards. Destination assurance, it conducts regular assessment and inspection to maintain the quality, safety, and integrity of tourism attractions across the island. Also, it organizes capacity building programs, including the flagship Team Jamaica course to elevate customer service standard and hospitality skills among tourism workers. Product enhancement, it spearheads infrastructure projects and beautification efforts in resort areas such as pro-named, upgrades in areas to improve the aesthetic and cultural appeal of communities. Craft development, it supports local artisans and craft producers by providing skills training and workshops to showcase authentic Jamaican products. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Timeless, where are you? Strawberry 10, I miss you too, baby. What's up? How you doing, baby? But ladies and gentlemen, I think the TBDCO needs to focus on putting pressure on the Ministry of Health. When a tourist come to Jamaica and they cannot receive proper health care, they're not coming back. I think the TBDCO needs to put pressure on, what's his name? Nesta Morgan. Because when the roads are not fixed, and the tourists come here and they're on those bumpy roads and they have those long delays, it inconveniences them terribly where their vacation is concerned. And even in tourist areas, the roads are bumpy and the roads are bad. It is what it is. I never tell a lie, ladies and gentlemen. There's few roads in Jamaica that have a standard of the highest quality. I only say few, maybe 1%. Maybe one. I'm not exclude the highway then. Please exclude the highways. The highways them have nothing to do with this. Alright? So when they're talking about the main objective of TBDCO is to ensure destination integrity, improve visitor experience. That is huge. And all the things I spoke about ensures the destination integrity and improves the visitor's experience. You cannot have a situation where they are going to the hospital and then can't get proper health care. Why would you come to Jamaica if that is the case? And don't tell me that that is not happening. We have several cases already that came out. Just the other day, I was reading an article with a clergyman. He had to fly his niece to Florida to get health care in fear that she would have died waiting in the hospital in St. James. This is the reality. But people talk about third term and fourth term and all of this nonsense. Fourth term of what? People losing their loved ones? Absolute nonsense. But let's continue. I've made my point. So I'm finished with the article here? Yes, I finished with that. Just click off some of these. Alright, I'm finished with that article. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to come off this. Andrew Honest, have you met with Dr. Andrew Wheatley as it? Are you even in the island, Andrew? Are you even here? Because according to your nationwide, you and the lawyers them from the Jamaica Labour Party supposed to go over the report and they're supposed to do this and do all of that. But let's remind the Jamaican people of the hypocrisy of this man. No, trust me, Strawberry 10, it is really crazy in Jamaica. And I'm not exaggerating. The clergyman wrote a letter in the newspaper, the pastor. He had to fly his niece out to Florida for her to get care. He said the difference was incredible. As soon as she went there, 7 doctors was looking after her. 7. But he has money. Most Jamaicans don't have money to send their loved ones to the United States, to Florida, the closest place, to get medical care. They just don't have it. It's not in their capacity financially to get that done. So now, I've been telling people for some time in Strawberry 10 that, listen, we cannot afford to get sick in Jamaica. Literally. The waiting hours is ridiculous. Freedom, what are you doing? Pick up yourself, my darling. Blessings. Listen to this.
Sitting in Parliament with a Minister of Government was openly accepted responsibility, who expresses no regret for the act, where a Commissioner of Parliament has confirmed that the act is corrupt and has referred it for prosecution, and that minister shows no sign of wanting to resign, or the Prime Minister showing no signs of moving to dismiss this.
With all the sympathy that one can have for support, this is embarrassing, not only to the government as a party, but to the government, to Jamaica, to all of us. Our heads bow this morning with this sort of...
It's a similar thing with Andrew Wheatley, only is that, yeah, trust me, Strawberry, it's wild. So, it's a similar thing with Dr. Andrew Wheatley. He has been recommended to be charged for illicit enrichment. Illicit enrichment simply means, according to the information from the investigation from the Integrity Commission, whether through omission or not being able to explain, Andrew Wheatley cannot tell us how he made his money legally. $164 million worth of money that cannot be explained. So, presumably not guilty, right? Because you have to go to court. Well, you have to leave the cabinet and go sort that out, sir. We know how court cases go. So we can't afford to have the reputation of Jamaica disintegrated into shame while you go and sort out your situation. So we're calling again on the Prime Minister of Jamaica to remove himself from office, remove Xavier Main from office, and remove Dr. With all of them needs to go. They're all in a similar position, ladies and gentlemen. First, second, and third, them will lead the race in a corruption. Andrew Wheatley, they are first, Andrew Honest, they are second, and Sukde, they are third. Just by the optics alone, they are leading in corruption. But, you know, their heads bow for Mr. Richard Hassan at the time that spent his money to build some shops for some vendors in the market so they could feed their families. And he didn't follow proper protocol to get it done. It's not that he stole money or made money, from the situation, He never benefited any way, shape, or form. The only way you could say that he benefited was through getting political mileage by the gratitude of the individuals that he helped to get a shop and some bathrooms too, so they can have some dignity to use a nice clean bathroom. Yes, that's all Mr. Richard has done did. And they didn't want to sit in the same parliament with him. But now here comes everything. The words that they said, the condemnation that they had for Mr. Richard Azan. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen, where they're facing a more harsher tune. This man, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, is the first person to be charged, recommended to be charged for illicit enrichment ever in the history of Jamaica. He has set up precedents. The man is a Usain Bolt. The man broke the record, ladies and gentlemen, of corruption. Or what appears to be corruption. He's leading the whole pack. And he knew for quite some time that he was under investigation for illicit enrichment. But here is the hypocrites of the Jamaica Labour Party. At the time, I don't hear Colonel Charles Sr. come out as a senior man, a former senior man of the Jamaica Labour Party, to come out and say, no, Andrew, Dr. Andrew Wheatley got to go in, man. We cannot bring down the party into this. I'm calling on Colonel Charles Jr., Senior, to come out and have the same energy he had in this clip for Mr. Richard Hassan and hold the same principles that he held at that point in time. That their heads bow in disgrace as the opposition at the time. No, your party is not the opposition. Your party is actually the one that is running the country. It is even more shameful, this situation. So you should come out and express, since you're such a man of integrity and you're a man of high kilt and standards, come out, Mr. Colonel Charles Sr., and come and condemn Andrew Wallace. And let him know, what's up, baby, what's up, Nicky? And let him know that, yo, Brethren, you have to change this, Our party is of some substance that we cannot afford to have this dark cloud over us. Listen more.
So we have to take firm actions in this regard. It is a dark day for Jamaica, where the Prime Minister is unwilling or afraid to act against a minister in which the public has lost total confidence and in which the institutions of the society are all agree that this person does not enjoy their trust or faith and has reached the confidence that the people have placed in them. I believe that this has the potential, if it continues, to bring down the entire government.
So Andrew Wheatley's situation has equal potential to bring down the entire reputation of Jamaica forever. A sitting member of cabinet that cannot explain how he earned his money legally. And let it have been me and you, one of us young people out here, us regular folks out here. No, Bolo, he's in a still positional moment. Oh, I did not know that. I was not aware of that. I was not aware of that. But if he's in good health, I am calling on him to come out and stand up against this. Yes, yes. But let's continue. Just wait, there's more. Because I told you, we're not going to be distracted, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to be distracted.
Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, the Integrity Commission has ruled that Cabinet Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley be charged with 4 offences, including illicit enrichment. The disclosure was made following an Integrity Commission report tabled this afternoon in the House of Representatives. Details in this report from Andrea Chisholm.
We have been hearing about the illicit 8 parliamentarians being investigated for illicit enrichment. illicit enrichment has to do with the public servants not being able to explain how they own assets which exceed their lawful earnings. And on Wednesday, the Integrity Commission is pointing the first finger at Dr. Andrew Wheatley, the minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for science, technology, and special projects. For the period 2013 to 2022, the Integrity Commission stated that the illicit enrichment was roughly $164.2 million. And when given the opportunity to explain how he came by such assets, a satisfactory explanation was not provided. The Integrity Commission also concluded that Dr. Andrew Wheatley failed to provide information concerning his statutory declarations for the years 2018 and 2019. He also failed to include 5 loans held in his name, an investment on still particulars of 20 properties owned jointly or otherwise. The Integrity Commission is therefore recommending that Dr. Wheatley be charged for knowingly making a false statement in a statutory declaration under 2 statutes, failing without reasonable cause to provide any information as required by the Director of Information and Complaints, as well as illicit enrichment. If convicted for illicit enrichment, he could face a fine of up to $5 million and or up to 5 years in prison. The Integrity Commission's report is also being referred to Tax Administration Jamaica to do an assessment and apply appropriate penalties. Why? Western Medical, a company in which Dr. Wheatley was the sole proprietor, earned between $15 million and $26 million between 2010 and 2013. However, nil tax returns were filed for 2011 and 2012 and no return for 2013. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
So, that's what we're dealing with Dr. Andrew Wheatley, ladies and gentlemen. Great big of yourself. Listen, no recommendation. I still know that he be charged. Oh yes, thank you so much for that. Lavish, how you doing, darling? I hope you're holding up, you know. Blessings to you. Alright? I hope the family is holding up. Alright? Yeah, so this is what we're dealing with Andrew Wheatley, ladies and gentlemen. This is unprecedented. This is the first that any member of parliament has been recommended to be charged. You understand? Well, listen, it is ruled that he be charged, not recommended that he be charged. It is ruled that he be charged. So I guess they are now waiting on. And can we get the lights up, ladies and gentlemen? Me no say it hard, Lavish. Oh God. Me no say it hard. Me no say it hard. Trust me. Me no say it only will get harder. But you know, God is the only real comforter in these times. Every time. In the future, at the moment, it don't really matter. God is the only comforter. It's definitely hard. Right? So yeah, we're not gonna lose focus on Mr. Andrew Wheatley. We're not gonna allow that to happen, you understand? But moving on to another associate of the Jamaica Labour Party, Danville Walker resigns all positions connected to WIP. Let's listen to this.
Danville Walker has now resigned from all positions connected to West Indies Petroleum and its affiliates effective June 30. In a letter this week to the company's CEO, Charles Chambers, Walker says he's parting ways with the firm at the end of the month. He says the resignation also covers all positions held within the company's subsidiaries and affiliates, including WIP Energy Limited, West Indies Petroleum Terminal Limited, and West Indies Petroleum South Terminal Limited. Walker says he has also submitted his resignation from the board of directors of WIP Energy and has fully disposed of all legal and beneficial interests in the St. Lucian company World Energy Solutions Limited, which currently holds shares in WIP Terminal. Walker says he will cooperate fully to ensure an orderly handover of his duties and thanked the board, management, staff, and stakeholders for the opportunity to serve. He wished West Indies Petroleum and its affiliated entities continued success. A letter from the legal team for West Indies Petroleum sent to the chairman of the Petrojam Board, Metrosiaga, also confirms Walker's resignation from all positions connected to the company and its affiliates. Walker is a former commissioner of customs. He also served as the country's director of elections and is credited with playing a major role in the transformation and digitization of Jamaica's electoral system. He is a recipient of one of Jamaica's highest national honors, the Order of Jamaica. Dana Davy for Nationwide News.
Hey, for one thing me know, them a man make sure so they take care of them people. Yes, man. Them take care of them one another, man. Yeah, them the distinction they what them a get. Hey, man, tell us say if dark they should come to the light, man. And some things are going in the dark and where only a few people know should come to light. Wow. Trust me, it would have different. But Mr. Holden said what? Jamaica should become renowned for efficiency. They should become renowned. Let's listen to this.
There is a sense in our culture that to be economistic is probably almost a bad thing. And just at the cultural level, we need to break that. There's nothing wrong with being calculated, structured, orderly, timely, frugal. All of these words are not generally associated with Jamaican culture. But if we are going to truly change society, we must get these things associated with being Jamaican. Whenever you say, I'm a Jamaican, you say, Usain Bolt, fastest man. What we need to do is to take that and say, Jamaicans, man, the fastest people at doing business. When we go abroad and people see us, they say, Jamaican people, hardworking. So what is wrong with getting efficiency as a cultural identification of Jamaicans? That's what we need as a resource. The more efficient you get, the more productive you become. And in the latest statistics that we have seen, Jamaica is the third least productive country in the region. I've said it in a convoluted way because I intend to be euphemistic about the situation. But that's the reality. So in as much as we are the fastest people and we have the greatest culture and so forth, it really matters not because we're not being the most productive. So we need to have a pro-growth, pro-social, pro-economy culture.
It amazes me. It truly amazes me how this man diverts blame from his administration. He came here and he said to us, listen, we're going to bring prosperity. 5 in 4. All of these things, all of it failed. None of it came to fruition. And nobody can be honest in the Jamaica Labour Party. Even their supporters say, listen, this man has promised us a bunch of things and he absolutely failed us. He had a long time to... What are you doing, Sylvan, my honorable member of the platform? He had so much time to get it right, ladies and gentlemen. And he failed miserably over and continued to fail because even though he has not cracked the code of growing the economy past 1%, they have had an average of 0.8% growth, since they've been in power, averaging not even 1% growth in the economy. And then you hear them boast about the employment rate and you go, how are you saying this now? If we have an employment rate that only 3% of the Jamaican people actually are not employed, only 3% are not employed. How is production low? How does that coincide? That doesn't make any sense. It tells you that the statistic is flawed. How is the statistic flawed? Well, there's over 300,000 persons that are not seeking a job, so they are not put into the category of unemployed. Therein lies the problem. That is a huge gap of a lack of production because the jobs that are there simply are not attractive. Whose fault is that? For not offering young people greater opportunity to earn a livable wage. Not $100 a week, a livable wage. And then they blame the young people for not having children. How are you going to start a family with $100 a week? With inflation and everything that is going on? Come on. They literally put $8,000, less than $10 on the minimum wage the other day. So you cannot, at one end they were calling the men bums and them don't take care of them picnic. And when them stop have youth now, right? When them not have no youth now, oh, you know, you guys are not being productive enough. You make up on the mind. Where is the opportunities for the youths? And then we had the People's National Party that came out last year with an incredibly detailed manifesto with love and intelligence and consideration for the youth and the elderly and the most vulnerable. And the Jamaican people spat on that and threw it in the garbage. And now you guys are suffering under Andrew Honest telling you that, oh, we need to be more efficient. When the youth them was doing them thing on the rafting, want to kick them off. These youth are take care of them picnic, you know, and their family, you know, and I find one way creatively to make good money, you know. And instead of you guys regulate security, you know, one way where these areas are more regulated with security and police, want to take off the youth them who remember the youth them at White River. See, want to take off the youth them off of the place and run them way. The youth them make good money for them youth. They look at youth them on the sidewalk, a certain place where you sell them fruits and them something there. You know, move them. Everybody we are hustling and bend down and move them and not putting them somewhere where traffic is coming for them to sell their things. So you leave them now to do what? Rob and steal, and then the same police come around now and analyze them and say them a criminal. Do you guys see the perpetual cycle of madness that leads to death? No production, ladies and gentlemen. No, and you wonder why people are running away from Jamaica and don't want to stay here. I'm telling you, I'm holding on to God. Only reason why I don't run from here. No, I'm sure I can find a beautiful candidate, some wonderful lady overseas to get married and just leave this place. Real talk. Any candidates out there? Hello, ladies? Engineered hardship. Thank you so much, Greek Jamaica. Stacy, you don't want to take more than Canada. Let's get married. I'm playing. Let me stop. Let me stop, man. Yo, but seriously, it's some wild stuff, man. Yo, these people just make my head curl. So I'm like, what? What are you like? What? Whose fault is that, bro? You had 10 years in power. Ain't nobody else's fault but yours. Oh my Jesus, Lord have mercy. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Oh my God, man. These people, boy, I tell you. Woo!
Of these substances arrive on school grounds.
Speaking at a ceremony to observe International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking in St. James, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tofton expressed concerns about the availability of certain substances in schools across the island. He says health facilities have been dealing with children requiring treatment after ingesting some of these substances, and so he issued a call for greater levels of support.
We have had to treat children based on exposure in schools. Some are uptown schools, some are middletown schools, some are downtown schools. And even where costs are high, we have had cases of children being able to afford it and are exposing themselves on each other. So the sweets, the gummies, the drinks, the vapes, the pills, and other products, sometimes from unknown sources. So we're asking schools, churches, youth organizations, community groups, event promoters, transport operators, vendors, neighbors to play their part.
The call comes at a time when there have been concerns about the increase in substance abuse among teens, a matter which has also caught the attention of the police. The National Council on Drug Abuse has also ramped up its efforts to tackle the issue. Dr. Tofton noted that some $5 million has been made available to fund community-based groups ready to partner with the ministry to enforce public education.
The Care Fund does offer financing, by the way. Last night we had a sensitization session in Montego Bay downtown for community-based groups to join with us to apply based on a specific program to the ministry for funding to support community education around substance abuse.
In the meantime, persons are also being encouraged to play their part in alerting the authorities of any suspicious activity.
If you encounter suspicious substances, unusual reactions, overdose, or products that appear to target children, there is actually a helpline that the NCDA has, 876-564-4357, or just visit your nearest health center, hospital, so that we can take whatever action and follow up if necessary.
Kerry Simpson, TVJ News.
My apologies, guys. Sorry, I didn't realize that my microphone was off over here. So. Let me see what's the next thing. Business? No, I don't want to see that. There was another article that I saw that I found very interesting. What is this though? What's happening here?
The European Union has extended its sanctions against individuals accused of threatening Haiti's peace, security, and democracy for another year until July 2027. The measures target 9 individuals and 1 entity with asset freezes and travel bans. Those sanctioned include former President Michel Martelly, former Senate President Yuri Latortu, and gang leader Jimmy. The EU says the move reflects continued concern over gang violence and its commitment to supporting Haiti's stability and humanitarian response. And on the international scene, damage assessments are underway in Kentucky after torrential rain triggered deadly flooding. Governor Andy Beshear says at least 4 people were killed as floodwaters caused widespread damage. A state of emergency remains in effect, with additional resources deployed to support search, rescue, and recovery efforts. 5 counties have also declared local states of emergency. And those were the top regional and international stories.
And this has been happening just a few days ago. I think it was Tuesday morning. That's the best
in this bucket is all that's left for some residents of several housing schemes in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth.
That trickle. And this has been happening just a few days ago. I think it was Tuesday morning. That's the best we get. The water situation has been happening. This lack of water situation has been happening since October 28th last year.
They say since Hurricane Beryl struck nearly 3 years ago, water has stopped flowing through their pipes, and despite repeated appeals, the problem remains. They add that Hurricane Melissa has only made the situation worse.
So have you talked to NWC?
We have gone there several times. We call head office, we go there, we quarrel. It's the same thing. All of these make promises.
Residents say they have been forced to buy water or depend on neighbors to meet their daily needs, yet they claim they continue to receive monthly water bills.
I have a bill from NWC for $37,000.
Carol G, how you doing? Jesus have mercy. Father God take a case. It couldn't have been me, Father God. I don't understand you. Sometimes I don't understand. How am I not getting water in my pipe and you send me bill for $30,000? I can't go suffer. In what world? Jamaica living on twilight zone right now. This even make no sense.
To buy water or depend on neighbors to meet their daily needs, yet they claim they continue to receive monthly water bills.
I have a bill from NWC for $37,000. And I have no water. I haven't been getting water since the hurricane, as I pointed out earlier.
Among those affected are senior citizens who say the lack of a reliable water supply is also creating sanitation concerns.
You have to be running up and down and beg and however we can get a little, because so we can't survive without water.
The residents are now making an appeal to the National Water Commission to restore their water supply, saying access to water is a basic necessity they have been without for far too long. Deidre Thomas, TVJ News.
So not only has Andrew Holness government failed in using the relief money, what's happening with the relief money? By the way, the money that persons actually donated to help people after the hurricane, what happened to that money? I would love to know. Guys, could you hit the like button for me? I think we can get to 100 likes now over YouTube. Yeah, man, I think we can get to 100 likes. I think it's possible. And could you share the live with at least 10 people? You understand? Share the live, man. Share the live. Alright? But this situation is crazy. I mean, before Hurricane Melissa, they had water issues. It's been 8 months now. Officially, we're going into the 9th month. This is a day in the 9th month after Hurricane Melissa. I want you guys to let that sink in and marinate a little bit. We are going into the 9th month. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. We are going into the 9th month. July is the 9th month. End of July, going into August will be the 10th month since this storm has hit Jamaica. And you're telling me that they have not sorted out. What? So I thought that NARA was supposed to fix everything. What's going on? Oh, but you guys are focused on some type of fixing up hotels and building the new South Beach. But the basic necessities for the regular citizens in St. Elizabeth, no. That's not a priority. Go ahead there.
The Accident and Emergency Unit at the Falmouth Hospital is expected to reopen in another month. That's according to Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton. He made the revelation recently following a tour of some of the facilities hardest hit by Hurricane Melissa out west.
We're expecting that the ward space will be whatever they at that time. I'm told by the team there are an additional 20 beds from where it was. Previous to the hurricane, we were about 147 beds. By the way, that's coming from 77 beds when I became minister. So we had made significant progress in terms of bed additions. I'm told with the additional work, you'll see about 20 or so more beds, so it should go up to maybe 160, 65-ish.
Meanwhile, the Catherine Hall Health Center is now operational. Dr. Tufton says he's satisfied with the center's readiness to resume operations.
Good as new facility, and patients who are here getting service. The pharmacy is up, registration, doctors. We will have another week or two for the dental to be up because the chair needs to be installed. But essentially, in another week or so, all the services will have been restored right now. 90% of them are restored. And the facility serves, I'm told, up to 90 patients a day, maximum. And we're about 85-90% back to normal.
Tough done. And this anyway. Let me get to this. JCF warns against threat linked to TCN deal. I don't even know what the hell this is, but let's read. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is warning the public to desist from making threats to engaging in actions that target any individual or property in connection with the third country national. Under the agreement, people seek asylum in the U.S. are sent to the third country while they await determination about their final destination. There has been widespread criticism since the disclosure that Jamaica was one of the several countries to sign the MOU with the U.S. to host TCN. In a statement on Monday, JCF urged the public to remain calm and rely on verified information regarding reports about TCN. The force says that there is currently no agreement in place to host third-party nationals in St. Mary. Huh? Oh, in St. Mary, okay. According to the JCF, the proposed plan has not been operationalized. Mommy? Mom? Mommy? Oh, that. Me hear something a while ago. In addition, that facility has been identified or finalized for such a purpose. The JCF warns that threats, intimidation, and damage to property are criminal offenses and will be dealt with accordingly. The citizens are being encouraged to seek information from official sources and to address concerns in a lawful and peaceful manner. Wanna hear that, Jamaica? If you threaten any property for anybody that's supposed to help the pedophiles and all of these despicable people, the JCF is gonna get you. So now calm down here. Yeah, man, calm down. That is it. And I'm so sorry. You said the most despicable people them. I'm just going off what Rubio said. Let them come tell us Rubio never said so we can pull up the tape. What is this? Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Olness, sir, I want to go on a John shop. The U.S. Senator John Curtis said that the U.S. government will not tolerate the growing rate of the Chinese in Jamaica, especially the port, because it's a threat to national security. Not just that, he also says, close and close, you're playing pally with the CCP and you should be checked. Hey, why they will not tolerate the Asian powerhouse in Jamaica. Mr. Honest, is what you are going to do? What you are going to do with all of the money you take from the Chinese them? And with all of the investment that the Chinese been investing in Jamaica for over 400 years. And look here, you know, so I'm not going to ask you what you are going to do, because if the Cuban them there for 50 years, I take care of the Jamaican people and you run them way. Anything Trump say you have to go do it. Jamaica, we no good again, Mr. Olness mash up with country. Mr. Olness mash up with country. This U.S. Senator John Curtis said they will not tolerate the Asian powerhouse in Jamaica, especially the port, because they are national security to America. Guys, you hear what's going on? Mr. Olness.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys watch this video on Marvin TikTok or on, and I don't want to play the music. So, I'm just going to play it. This lady entering her house, or what is left of it, is total garbage everywhere. The house twists up, left by Hurricane Melissa. She walk with a bend, ladies and gentlemen. So you know, say our back gone. Our furniture then mash up. The way she have to enter what is left of our house, she have to skillfully maneuver. I don't know. I mean, she's not very heavy, obviously, because she's an elderly woman. Her situation is, oh my God, it make you want to cry, Jamaica. And entrepreneurs have $1.44 billion, only use 1.8% of that money. And a woman like this, she was not assessed and given a house. This is the 8th month, you know. We're going in the 9th month, you know, Jamaica. And this lady, you know, them thing I make tears come to your eye, man. And people want to tell me, say, they must support this dirty government. I'm if you rate you, me not rate you no. I'm a care 0. If you don't want to rate me, not rate you no. You understand what I say? The lady, yo, let me show you. Because you can't see it, let me show you. Let me show you what I go. I don't even know where this is, but Jamaica, this is wrong. It no matter how you want to spin this is absolutely wrong. And Marvin, me see it pan first, you know. And then me see, meanwhile in Albania, the people them over there protest against Trump daughter and her spouse. I build some luxurious hotel in one place where nothing like that nothing happen. You understand? But we here in Jamaica, we just calm. As some know, so we definitely understand. I mean, I talk about high levels of witchcraft. And you know, I have to go back to the pastor and what he said. Because when we talk about this, like people are talking about propaganda, I say propaganda. We don't understand the spiritual. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at the lady. Look at the lady that enter for her gate. Look at that. Oh my God. The sun showing. Look at that. Oh my God. This lady is vulnerable in so many languages. So many languages. Look how she have to climb and maneuver to go in and what's left of the house. Look there. Look at the lady living condition. And people not get angry with the government over this. You must be joking, man. And have money put on. And if you rate Andrew and Perennial Charles Jr. and all of them, me if you rate them, must be mad. They not care about the people, could they? Look there. Look how the lady enter the place. Pure garbage. Right? The yard don't look like it cut ever since the yard is below. And hurricane come blow down the lady house partially, ladies and gentlemen. Most of it. Oh God, man. No help. Where is the assistance from the government for a lady like this, an elder like this? Could it? Look at that. Absolute disgrace. And people that have a World Cup. When them are thinking people are not even about TV. Look at that. So lady are not even about TV in our house. Clear? Good night, Queen Candy. Look there. Look where lady have entered our house. My God, man. My God. My God. Make that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Me say when me see the thing, I couldn't believe. Me say, what? Like, one thing when you know say people still live under tarpaulin and live outside and the air, beer. But when you see it for yourself, say 8 months, 9 months after Hurricane Melissa, people still are living in them type of condition. Yo, man, I tell you, man.
I'm gonna show you how delusional dilated people can be. You know, Marco Rubio made it clear that they told third world countries that, listen, we are asking you guys to take these despicable human beings from us so America can be safe. And then he go ahead and he name the charges that are against these despicable human beings: pedophiles, child molesters, and rapists. Okay? And our security minister and Jamaican government is denying that. So there's no such thing. So Marco Rubio with the world, see Marco Rubio talking about what these criminals are. And our government is going to dispute that, and then the delusional laborats them want to run with it to come talk about PNP lies. Like, this is a part of what I can't really get over. Is it a thing where people who does not support the foolishness that Mr. Onus is doing is PNP? Is it a thing that when you don't support what the government is doing is a PNP? Because at the end of the day, it's like the Jamaican people blind. We all heard and see Marco Rubio with our eyes saying what these individuals are charged for. And this delusional set of laborats them running up and down. Number one, we have no faith and no trust in the security minister. The security minister is a damn liar. Remember, he first came out and said there was no such agreement with no third party, third country agreement, third world country agreement. He came out and said there was no such thing. Then he come again and he changes their mouth and say it was only 25 and they're going to be transiting through Jamaica. Now, when he was asked about the MOU and how long it was signed for, he couldn't answer. There's no time. You understand? These people are the most wicked and cruelly set of people this government here in power. And the Jamaican people are so misinformed by you guys, and then you guys say you're going to go ahead and maul away misinformation when the government. How can this be? The Jamaican government, you are the one who are misinforming the Jamaican people. You understand? And then you all say you're going to conquer misinformation when you guys are the one who misinforming the Jamaican people with your lies. This got to stop at a point. This is tiring. This is tiring. This got to stop at a point. From Mr. Holness to Security Minister, the whole of them are liar. Mr. Holness, lime thief, Horace Strong, lie them thief, them say, remember Bigfoot herself say it. Anyway you find a liar, she say her mother tell her, say, anyway you find a liar, you find a thief. And this governing party, I feel ashamed to see how good they are at misinforming the Jamaican people. And then they come out here talking about mis and disinformation, misinformation. This is sick. This is sick. So what these people are for, why they're deporting these people and say that they want them afar, they can get them from the border, and this is why they're sending them to third world countries. You want to tell me that when I feel like everybody in Jamaica have no sense, only the dilated laboratory them have no sense. That's all I can tell you about Mr. Holness. Remember me tell you say no God timing never wrong. God timing always right. Never wrong. Karma is there coming for you. Darling, they say the proof is in the pudding, but they have to learn to read too, because the whole information also they are Google. So all them have to do is go Google it. I don't have no time for them because all when you play them proof, them says AI. So them have to learn to read and do research. The whole answer, everything they are Google, them can go Google it, because all more information is there about what the US government think of with the Chinese influence, infrastructure, all of this in Jamaica, growing population, all of it is over there. So they don't have to believe me, darling, because when you give them proof, them say AI. Darling, they say. And to all of y'all labrats who running up in my comments, come talking about Mr. Holness and me can't if Mr. Holness no shit me no name and this, that and the devil knows all. Oh, no, don't worry for yourself. One thing I can tell y'all, don't bring the cow down the pasture if he already ate. So no can continue full Mr. Holness belly. Cause no blind fish say Mr. Holness Bigfoot and them two daughter. Them living large. They living large. Holness, Mr. Holness are the king, Bigfoot are the queen, and them have them two princesses. They are living large. I only not have nothing. Them have hundreds of apartments, houses, acres, hundreds and acres of land. Okay? Money for kill, only not have nothing. Bigfoot and Mr. Holness are the two highest paid person in the parliament. So only can stay right there, their belly full, and only still carry them go past, so only not have nothing. See it? Not even one look at house in trust house and I can't get not even piece of land. I want to take piece of land and call on the squatters. So I can't stay there. Things will not hurt me. Not hurt myself because my brain small and I not have no ambition. I don't have no ambition. So when I come up in my inbox like when I want specialized forward, I not go get that from me because I not pay certain things attention. So when I say my brain small, but who am I not to forgive you all? When Jesus Christ did upon the cross with the two teeth, remember him say, he forgive them because they know not what they are doing. So who am I not to forgive you all? You all have small brains and a daft. You sick. So I go forgive you, I go still attack for you because I say you don't have no sense. You understand? This prime minister here will lead the country is a shame and disgrace. I'm sorry that me have to call the man the leader of my country, whether I like it, yes or no. Mr. Holness is a disgrace to the community. Him fail the people, him fail the country. Look at the state of how Jamaican people are living. And this criminal in there, full in belly, and still lead him down the path and feel, you not hurt me, you not hurt me, you not hurt me, you not hurt yourself. You understand, you not hurt yourself. Look at what is going on in the country. Look at what's going on in the country. When I rewind in my brains and hear Mr. Onessa talk about Fenton Ferguson and how Portia Simpson now hold him accountable and she not showing any sign of resigning. What it is on dark days, those were dark days. So what is happening in Jamaica now? An eclipse we have. Because all of Mr. Onessa's ministers, they are criminal. They all are.
They say London is an eclipse for you, mama. It's an eclipse. He the man bad for everything, brother. I'm not just Jamaica alone. He man bad for everything, Edwin.
Are criminals. So an eclipse we have at Jamaica because Fenton Ferguson 18 dead baby said those were dark days and it was a shame on the country and all kind of rat and bullshit and the devil knows all. So tell me, with all of the ministerial money them were missing and the thiefness them were going over there, Mr. Honest, and all the dead man will get gun license, what is going on in the country? What is going on in the country? You don't have no shame. You don't want better for yourself, you don't die than daft. I want Jamaica no matter what. So I'm stay right there. But one thing I can advise y'all to do, go tomorrow, go Tuesday. Go out Tuesday, I want Jamaica and go protest the better Jamaica. That is all I need for do. Because I realize say, it is sad though. And let me tell you why it is sad. When you look at your country going backwards, in a 20 day when we even have gadgets to make education easier, we have 73 to 75% illiteracy. Only not to say the country go backward. Only not to say the country go backward in a shame. No farmer economic growth, no nothing at all. I don't have time I come up in my inbox come so I want to get personalized forward. Not from me. Not from me. Like I said, who am I not to forgive you all because y'all don't know no better. Niggle brains don't have brains full of pure damn foolishness. So I'm going to be always forgiving you all and I'm going to be always talking for you all. You understand? Because when we go shop, the whole of we pay the same thing for the items. None of us is paying different money because of our support. And this is the whole thing on having on our head. Anytime people come out here and talk for the country, you know, talk about people at PNP. You don't forget say a 38% voter turnout. You have persons who don't support Jamaica Labour Party and don't support PNP. And still when they're out here talking against what the government doing, you know, come out here with a mouth full of shit. Everything at PNP, from you don't support this government, him say you're a political activist. Even the persons who stand up for the country, Mr. Honest, disrespect these people and call them all kind of names. As long as you're not supporting the evil and the wickedness and his dictatorship, you is a political activist. Me not have no time for no. Life is nice. I sleep all day. Me not much long wake up. You can't sleep because you torment Mr. Honest, torment on the soul. You understand him fed on a bag of lies and a belly full of foolishness. On a delusional and torment. So don't think you're not going to get no specialized forward from me. It's not right here and I don't have the time. Here things are going on, my dinner may wait and so I don't have no time for no. So I don't know when I come up in my inbox and tell myself so this me no can't this because I don't want to pay my bills and I don't want to feed me. I feed myself, I pay my own bills. I'm fully capable of taking care of myself. So no can't this me. You know this myself and then on the top of it again I understand why you guys behave the way you are behaving because guess what life hard. When a prime minister wanna dieted and a defend and a carry a pasture all when him belly full have no under deep manners, a punish and a starve and I call no squatters. Don't take it out on me.
Remember Andrew was saying belly full and him potter boy. You know like I share the video ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just the messenger. You understand? Listen and spread the message. Don't try come at the messenger. You just like sometimes I wonder what is y'all problem. Like y'all taking out y'all problem and me. Go and go take it out from Mr. Onest. And Mr. Onest are the top criminal of Jamaica. Him and him party member them Tufton, Fly Green, Dana Dixon, Baby Mother Rhoda, Eda the Cuban Frag, Marlon Morgan, Darrell Vase, Andrew Weekly. You understand? Killer Horace Chan. And them the people don't forget to take out no problem and don't come and take it out on me. I'm not running the country. I'm not taking nothing from you guys. I'm just here spreading the word. You understand? So if there's nothing here for you to learn, stroll on, move on. Don't come at me. Don't come at me. Unless my big old broad back with me have. Don't come at me. Okay. And to all of
Baby, when I
darling, they say the proof is in the pudding, but they have to learn to read too, because the whole information also there Google. Jamaica.
I'm telling you, man, I don't want to ramp with London 45, you know. I don't want to do ramp with London. London, pick up yourself anyway. You understand? Them two fully done, man, if you stop it, man. Then if you tap it. But we are going to move on to some other important stories that I came across, ladies and gentlemen. Let me open the file cart here. You have to start with that one here. And then, did you know that Mr. Farrakhan's wife died at 90? 2 days ago, this news came out. Condolences to the entire nation of Islam in America and Mr. Farrakhan himself and his entire family. Ladies and gentlemen, there was an earthquake, a magnitude 3.9 earthquake that fell across sections of Jamaica yesterday morning. Jamaica, St. Catherine, Kingston. Right. 3 days fasting, prayer, morning and repentance for the entire island. Petrojam announces Danville Walker as new general manager. So Danville Walker walk out of one job and walk in the next. Yeah, man. Hey, they man a job security phenomenal. They man a job security phenomenal. But a two-story, me I go focus on right now. We affect the people, you see? Two-story. Big up yourself, calligrapher, I see you know. I want to my camera. I never know so my camera gone. You're not going to tell me. My camera gone the way this started. Oh, no, see me none at all. Look like I just stopped my while ago. I'm going to deactivate and activate back. See it there? See it there? Yeah. We're there, man. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother BOLO V&R, and I want to highlight two important stories. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, you know, today, Tuesday, the 30th of June, end of the month, going into the 9th month after Hurricane Melissa, and there's a lot that is left to be desired in regards to the government's lack of response, efficient response. The Prime Minister talk about efficiency. But when it comes on to them doing their job as a government, you know, it's funny. It's really funny how they talk about the Jamaican people not being efficient in an article, but the government is inefficient. They promised you things 10 years ago, and they gave you a timeline, and it's passed 3 times, and then they promise you the same promise again for another 10 years. But we're not talking about that right now. It's still efficiency in terms of how they have dealt with the situation, right? So yeah, let's get to this. A protest to try to save Jamaica. Let's read.
A protest to try and save Jamaica. A prior commitment on Tuesday, June 30th, will prevent me from participating in an event that would show my disgust with some of the decisions that the Jamaican government has made in recent times. The protest, organized by non-denominational, non-political group Stand for Jamaica, aims to lodge its objection in Crossroads, St. Andrew, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. to, among others, 3 important issues that have been dogging the nation. The matter of the embrace of people of varying nationalities who have been deemed to have done wrong in the United States and sending them here as bewildered folks. The need for transparency in respect of the use of donations from the billion-dollar Hurricane Melissa Relief Fund, and the whole business of accountability as it relates to removal from office of public officials recommended for criminal prosecution by the Integrity Commission, are high on the agenda. In the latter, the reality of Cabinet Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley deciding to sit in office still, despite the adverse findings of the Integrity Commission on his conduct while serving as a public officer, is baffling. Despite calls made by individuals and organizations within Jamaica and the diaspora for him to step aside, Dr. Wheatley continues to operate as if he is the owner of Blackman Glue Ltd. And remains stuck to the chair of shame, trying to defend the indefensible through high-profile, pricey lawyers or otherwise. But it is not difficult to understand why Dr. Wheatley has not decided to, as rural folk used to say, take shame out of his eye. He, according to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, has his full backing, until such time. A time that we hardly know of. Dr. Wheatley should not feel proud of a man who has himself been down that road before, in trying to carry the Integrity Commission.
He needs some
the same
milk.
commission that he established in 2017. Dr. Wheatley should not feel proud of a man who has himself been down that road before in trying to carry the Integrity Commission wide, the same commission that he established in 2017 to expose the very thing that he has been accused of. So, the wait continues. But as is the norm these days, Jamaican politicians stick around for longer than they should, probably because corruption is largely recognized by especially the younger generation these days as something that ought to be cheered on by all. That is the unfortunate reality. Jamaica Labour Party stalwart and aspiring Portmore mayoral candidate Markland Edwards. Rubbish, Markland, inaction Edwards. One of the individuals whom you would have thought ought to know how to flush foolishness down the drain is broadcaster and politician Markland Edwards, popularly known as Action. In an article carried by our Today, Edwards came out forcefully in defense of beleaguered fellow Jamaica Labour Party politician, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, who is facing the heat over recently revealed findings of the Integrity Commission. Then, I found out just why he was beaten so badly during the Portmore mayoral election by the incumbent Leon Thomas. Not even the people of Portmore believed in his message, and I dare say that fewer do now, with his silly embrace of Dr. Wheatley. The rule of law and not public opinion should apply in Wheatley's case, Edwards argued, though in the case of others and the rule of law, when poor people are accused, he remains. Then, I found out just why he was beaten so badly during the Portmore mayoral election by the incumbent Leon Thomas. Not even the people of Portmore believed in his message, and I dare say that fewer do now, with his silly embrace of Dr.
Emotional
Wheatley. The rule of law
damage.
and not public opinion should apply in Wheatley's case, Edwards argued, though in the case of others and the rule of law, when poor people are accused, he remains silent. Andrew Wheatley, minister. We all know that most accused people in Jamaica are not treated as innocent until proven guilty, unless they are either politicians or seen as movers and shakers of the land. He said that he believes in Dr. Wheatley's credibility, character, and the work that he has done for Jamaica's benefit. Others, I am sure, do, some do not. In this case, however, there can be no question marks left hanging. There is a process, and that process should also mean that Dr. Wheatley should step aside until he can prove to every judging brain that he is not the kind of man that the Integrity Commission has made him out to be. When you see, among others, the highly conservative private sector organization of Jamaica calling for the biochemist, by training to be relieved from his position until the matter is straightened out, you know that things are bad. How can the Prime Minister not see that? But then, we are talking about Jamaica, not the United Kingdom, where British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has announced his resignation for something that would be considered normal in our land. Edwards would do mankind a favor by telling his brother to his face that while he admires him, something just does not seem right, and as a consequence, it would be good for him to chill until such time. That's what real friends often do. Jeremy Doku. World Cup star Doku deserves better. The unfortunate heat that was plugged onto Belgium's World Cup football star winger Jeremy Doku should never have.
I'm not going to go into that part of the article. This is a multifaceted article, but in terms of what he's saying about Andrew Wheatley is what I'm interested in. And of course, this gentleman here, the Jamaica Labour Party stalwart, Portmore mayoralty candidate Markland Edwards, yes sir, you've been exposed. You've absolutely been exposed. When I saw the article in Our Today, I said, what kind of nonsense is this? This man was coming out swinging for Dr. Wheatley. I said, man, this is some wild stuff, boy. I said, you got to be one of those compromised individuals. That's the first thing I said. So somebody else is calling him out, and you know what I'm saying, taking some real serious shots as to why clearly he lost the election. I would never want him for mayor of anything, any author. No, the fact that you are standing behind. And I'm calling for the resignation of Everett Warmington. And I'm calling on God to resign him. You understand? Remove him from office. You understand? Make him go sit down with him family or something. coming out swinging for Andrew Wheatley as well. If he has no credibility. When me hear people talk, oh, you know, some rate woman, rate what? Rate what? Lowton Cousins condemns Albion demolition. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen.
Cousins questions government's commitment to housing recovery. Opposition spokesperson on land, Lothan Cousins. Opposition spokesperson on land, Lothan Cousins, has strongly condemned the government's demolition of occupied homes in West Albion, St. Thomas, describing the action as inhumane, deeply insensitive, and inconsistent with Jamaica's human rights obligations, particularly at a time when thousands of Jamaicans remain in need of housing following the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. Mr. Cousins said the government's broader approach to housing and displacement, most recently demonstrated by the demolitions in West Albion, stands in stark contrast to its appeals for international financial assistance to rebuild communities affected by Hurricane Melissa, exposing a troubling contradiction in its approach to housing and social protection. The sight of state bulldozers demolishing occupied homes and leaving vulnerable Jamaicans at risk of displacement is deeply disturbing, Cousins said. Whatever the legal status of the land, no responsible government should pursue actions that leave families homeless without ensuring that proper safeguards, meaningful consultation, and appropriate alternatives have been considered. Jamaica ratified the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and
I have to say, on that part, appropriate alternatives. The last thing I want to do is to displace people and have them homeless. Good night, Michelle. How are you doing? These people are evil. The government of Jamaica presently under the Andrew Wheatley, they are evil. They are evil, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, it's just the truth.
social and Whatever the legal status of the land, no responsible government should pursue actions that leave families homeless without ensuring that proper safeguards, meaningful consultation, and appropriate alternatives have been considered. Jamaica ratified the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, ICESCR, and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICESPR, in 1975. International human rights standards, including the UN Committee on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights General Comment No. 7, recognize that forced evictions should be carried out only in exceptional circumstances and in accordance with strict procedural protections, including genuine consultation and measures to prevent individuals from being rendered homeless. Respect for property rights and proper land management are important, Cousins continued. But they must be balanced with the dignity, rights, and welfare of the people affected. A compassionate government does not solve one problem by creating another. The spokesperson questioned the government's priorities, noting that the administration has appealed to international financial institutions, including the Inter-American Development Bank and the World Bank, for assistance to rebuild homes and infrastructure damaged by Hurricane Melissa. At a time when thousands of Jamaicans are still struggling to recover from the hurricane, the government's priority should be rebuilding communities and expanding access to safe housing, not creating new cases of displacement, he said. The contradiction is impossible to ignore. The same administration asking the international community to support Jamaica's housing recovery is simultaneously presiding over actions that place more families at risk of homelessness. Opposition spokesperson on land, Lothan Cousins. Cousins said comprehensive documentation relating to the demolitions in West Albion is being compiled and will be shared with relevant international institutions and human rights bodies for their consideration. International partners place significant emphasis on environmental and social safeguards, including respect for human rights, he noted. These developments raise serious concerns that deserve careful scrutiny. They are particularly troubling given that Jamaica is at the beginning of another hurricane season. With increasingly unpredictable weather events and thousands of Jamaicans still recovering from the last disaster, it is both worrying and unfortunate that actions are being taken which risk leaving even more families without adequate shelter. Cousins called on the government to immediately suspend any further demolition.
Jamaica, you see what I'm saying, the man them wicked, yo? Jamaica still recovering from the last disaster, right? And people are still living under the sky. No shelter, no roof. And the government is increasing homelessness by kicking people off of the homes them where they build concrete houses with a roof over their head. How are they not wicked? How are they not evil? Gentrification and what you call it? It's like a purge going on in Jamaica. It's like they want the people to take them lives or something because them now have no hope. You guys just die already, so the other people can come and take over Jamaica and have this little gem of an island for themselves. That's what I get from them. Unbelievable.
Demolitions until a fair, transparent. Jamaica is at the beginning of another hurricane. They are particularly troubling given that Jamaica is at the beginning of another hurricane season. With increasingly unpredictable weather events and thousands of Jamaicans still recovering from the last disaster, it is both worrying and unfortunate that actions are being taken which risk leaving even more families without adequate shelter. Cousins called on the government to immediately suspend any further demolitions until a fair, transparent, and humane process is established. We are calling for an immediate halt to these demolitions and for the government to engage affected residents in meaningful dialogue, he said. Jamaicans deserve housing solutions, not greater hardship. The government's responsibility is to protect its people, particularly in the aftermath of a national disaster, and to ensure that every action it takes reflects that responsibility. Tags. I'll be in Lot Han Cousins.
Say shout out to Mr. Cousins, because this is his portfolio. And of course, we have seen reports in the last few weeks of, people losing their houses, what don't call squatters and stuff like that. I mean, when I saw the thing just tearing down the concrete structures, I said, wow, man, this government is really evil, It's really evil. I have nothing good to say about them, Jamaica, because I don't see them doing anything good. I really don't. Their evil far outweighs anything that appears to be productive or whatever you want to call it. Honestly, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section, alright? Alright, so let me just this right here.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps.
This thing talking to the nation. If I'm a prophet, they hate
more this globe, Andre. And it's astonishing when you enter certain ballroom, the credibility that is laid on us as Jamaicans pioneer through the ancestral teachings of great minds, how we are put at the creme de la creme. South Africa is just coming through a process, and they were tricked out of.
Hi. Experts are warning people. Oh, teacher, and he has slept with them raw. No condition. A tree, some this or some. As ambassador of the United States, she see what the Chinese carrying into the country.
Yes. In detail.
This security company is monitoring the Chinese goods. So there's going to be significant. Yes, me tell you something, but only never research Carrie Lake, The dragons and the eagle courtney going to have a major war in this country. A majority of you don't understand the implications of it. You don't understand the serious geopolitical implications of it. And when I say ball out tonight, people are going to say it's bodies. Courtney, all of those Chinese goods, when the found as vendors going to buy up, the carrying in the country, will not be able to come in very soon. The American security company is going to do what? Lock it off, Matthew.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus.
Last week, you know. Last week she telling us she coming with a fire. She don't reach here yet, Courtney. She don't reach here yet. Are you feeling the brunt of Carrie Lake's pressure as ambassador of the United States? She adamant the Jamaica. You remember what can go so? You remember me look pound Courtney. I'm gonna telling us that when Rubio come to Jamaica, it was never nothing else. It was about the Chinese in Jamaica. You remember I talked to you about the Belt and Road Initiative? And now I don't know many of you gullible people. Oh, teacher, and I said it were two things they discussed. The influx of Chinese in Jamaica and ending the Cuban relations with Jamaica. You remember how Rubio, when he was asked about China's presence in the Caribbean, how Rubio just became his natural self and just start talk from the belly? No, you don't understand the serious geopolitical relations of why America is putting its hands down in what is happening here in Jamaica. The Chinese, somebody say why Andre is anti-Chinese. Andre anti-Chinese.
Now, normally I don't address persons in the chat, but the person that, because I was watching live, the person that said that, I said, you are slow. Anti-Chinese, are you not listening to what the man is saying? The man is telling you the consequences of the actions of the government. You cannot go to bed with China and America at the same time. In America's front yard, imagine you bring home a girl to your house where your wife is at. And you're not married, you're married to your wife, but that's your side chick. That's China. Jamaica is married to the United States from a long time. And the Jamaica Labour Party know it. Merle, what's up? Bangar in Jamaica, yes? Jamaica is married to the United States. Especially through the Jamaica Labour Party. Them hug up the United States long time. Look at Siaga, look at the CIA. Look at what they did. So the Jamaica Labour Party hug up the United States long time. And now, you don't want to divorce them? Kaka, you can't stand there. And Jonas is going to get a rude awakening. Andrew Honest government is going to get a rude awakening. I'm going to play something for you and remind them of the rude awakening too.
I am anti. What can go so? I am anti-neocolonialism and colonialism. I am anti-Courtney oppression, separation, and segregation. I am anti the sovereignty of this island. You know why Jamaica cannot stand on its feet? Jamaica cannot stand on its feet against the US nor the Chinese because we're culpable. We're corrupt, Courtney. And because they know we are corrupt, the Chinese know how to buy out the politicians. They bought politicians on both sides in this country. That's why sometimes people say, why Andre don't find a certain people in the PNP? Because I know how they operate. So because they're corrupt leaders, what happened to our beloved country? Our beloved country, Courtney, becomes compromised in negotiations. So when the Americans come in, we say, oh, we have these facts on you. If you don't do as we say, then we are going to expose and lock you down in the interest of geopolitics and the interest of what? National security. So because Holness is a culpable one that has entertained the Chinese and Holness knows what the US has on him, so him have to what? Trod what Courtney carefully. But I am telling you, the labor rights going to react because Courtney, what Holness has done has compromised the Labour Party. It has compromised the Jamaican people because he is in bed. Let me tell you, I'm giving a classic example of what Holness has done. Holness has done a threesome with the enemy. Holness decides, Courtney, as a night nurse, he wants to have the greatest political sex. So I'm going to wrap him foot round the Chinese and wrap him mouth over the Americans. So I'm going to do missionary, I'm going to do back shot. Yeah. I'm going to do 69.
Ball out!
Him do 69 back shot, 3 some this or some up some lizard lap. Mama and Papa.
Yeah.
What can go so? Cup and saucer. Spoon.
Yeah, what that?
In the housing
So
sector.
you ask yourself,
On the
head, and quint it. And whilst he's squinting it,
with Prime Minister Dr. Andrew,
the Jamaican people
signaling plan
are feeling the brunt. Can you imagine Jamaica? You go to China carrying your goods and you're told by this company that they cannot enter the Jamaican waters. I'm not spoiling your ears tonight. I am giving you the realities of how this man has royally poked this country. He has bent over. Jamaica is vulnerable. And on top of that, he carries Israel in to do an orgy. A political orgy.
I'm telling you. Okay. And hey, Andre, where this topic is concerned, 100%. 100%. He's 100% on this one. Israel in the apartheid orgy too. No, but Israel is the hidden hand, ladies and gentlemen. It's the hidden hand. Alright? One of the main puppeteers in this situation. Real talk. Hey, Candy, you see? Walk with it. Hey, what's up, Colleen? How you doing, darling? And Jonas and many of his government members will be picked up by foreign entities soon. Just got on time. But hey, well, no, Colleen, never remind them. Oh.
It moved from 3 to 4. Some says an orgy now, Courtney. I want you to understand. I make these scenarios vivid for people in this country to understand how significantly bad it is for the Jamaican people. So he sleeps with Israel. He bends with America. And him dagger with the Chinese. All in the interest of development. Jamaica. Him basically sell you out. And then, because he has slept with them raw, no conditions and no agreement, he ends up with major political STIs. The Chinese give him chlamydia.
Emotional,
the Israelis give him gonorrhea. And the Americans give him the political syphilis. The political syphilis, Courtney, of 10,000. Despicable. That is a political syphilis, you know. The political chlamydia. The political chlamydia, Courtney.
Emotional,
is the Chinese getting the lands on the island. The prime lands on the island.
Yeah.
The political.
Take his microphone. Just a minute. Just a minute. Take his microphone. Usher him out. Usher him out. Usher him out.
Hey, time out, Andre. Come on, man. Pause. You gotta chill, bro. You can't take no more of this. Political chlamydia. What the hell going on? But you're not lying, though. That's real. That's real, Jamaica. That's real. All jokes aside, that's real. That's exactly what is going on right now. Lord have mercy.
Gonorrhea from the Israelis. All of Jamaicans' data and information. What him do with it, Courtney? Take it away. And what happens? The EOJ now is being manipulated by the Israelis. I want that to sink into you tonight. That Jamaica has gotten a raw deal. Where we have had what, Courtney? The political syphilis of 10,000 despicable people coming to the land. The political gonorrhea of your data breached. And the chlamydia of the lands being given to the Chinese people, creating further neo-colonialism and oppression and gentrification on the island. That is a raw deal. Jamaica had political sex with all of its major partners. Never used a condom to protect her own. Jamaica, let me take a break, and when I come back, we're going to go to Andrew Weekly tonight.
Welcome to Goldilocks.
All of the people on BOLO V&R Clips, I'm going to need you to come over to BOLO TBV. Let me turn off my camera. Alright. Show you what I'm talking about. Show you what I'm talking about. See? You know, me can do it better. I'm going to have to show you. Let's have to drop the link in the chat. Alright, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Because y'all know, BOLO TBV don't sleep. BOLO TBV run almost like 12 hours straight sometimes. So, that's where it's at, right? That's where it's at. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, well. Alright, so like I said, guys, over by BOLO, BOLO V&R Clips, come over to BOLO TBV. Alright? Yeah, man, come over to BOLO TBV, alright? That's where we're gonna continue the show. Let me turn off this thing right here. Yes. And yeah, let me get the link for you. Let me get the link for you. Alright, see the link here. Share. Copy. Oh Lord. Yes, copy. There we go. Alright, so there's the link, guys. Come over to BOLO TBV, alright? That's it. Come over to BOLO TBV. Alright, see you there.